Today, we're going to talk about knives. Knives are an important part of a chef's world. Next to food, we probably spend more time with our knives than anything else. Now, there are several kinds of knives. You have your utility knife, often used for peeling, light chopping, those kind of things. You have a bread knife, which is used obviously for bread and is designed particularly to help with things like breads with a harder outer crust. You have your American style chef's knife, and you have your Santoku or Asian style chef's knife. You also have many different parts of your knife, and I want to use the Santoku knife because it illustrates the parts quite well. You have the butt of the knife, you have the rivets which hold the handle to the knife, you have the cutting edge, of course, you have the tip which ends at the point, and those are many of your basic parts. One thing you want to look at is the difference between the American chef's knife and the Asian style chef knife. A Western style chef's knife is meant to be used in a more circular carving type motion, usually by putting the tip first, coming down, moving through your ingredient, and then back to start over. Asian style chef's knife is not as pointy and is more ideal for a chopping type motion. It's also important to understand, particularly when you're starting out, that you don't need an entire drawer full of knives. It's more important that you have one good knife that you're comfortable with. As you start to acquire better knives, one of the things you're going to want to do is care for them properly. And one of the big things about caring for them properly is storage. You don't want to toss your good knives into a drawer where they could get bent, where the blades are going to get prematurely dull. Many knives, especially the better knives, come with these convenient sheaths that you can use to store the knives in. The other primary way of storing your knives is with a knife block, and you put the knives in the slots and you protect and store them that way. You also want to hold your knife properly, and there's a few schools of thought about that. Primarily, you want to have 3 fingers on the handle like this. Where people differ, some people will move a finger right here toward the beginning of the blade. Some people use their thumb on top. What most experts agree you don't want to do is have your index finger on top of the blade like this. That'll put undue stress on your hands, your wrists, and your arms, and can also make the knife unstable. Like many areas of cooking, there are a lot more things about knives that you might need or want to know. But at least these few little details will give you a good start.